Okay, here we are, and I'm a little nervous tonight. I'm usually not nervous in front of you guys, but today I am, because I'm afraid you might decide that you don't want to listen to what I have to say. I'm afraid of rejection. Everybody's afraid of rejection. But I feel what I have to say is, it's got to be said. I thought for a long time that, no, I'm not going to do this tonight. But there was spirit urging me on that we got to talk. Okay? If you don't know me, my name is Reverend Alicia Leslie from Spirit of Unity. I am a writer, author, storyteller, and minister. My minister's in cyberspace, so you can attend services anytime you want by going to YouTube, Alicia Leslie Mundane Mystic, where you will find many, many messages. One of my purposes is to uplift people and get them excited about life and the possibilities life has to offer. And that's true tonight, although, like I say, you may not like what I have to say. In the case that you don't, I'm going to ask you, please hang in with me, because you may find by the end that you've learned something that will be helpful. Normally, I am well organized in what I want to say, and my thoughts flow. And that's not so much the case tonight because of the fact that I was going to organize it better, I was going to do it better, and then Spirit said, you need to speak these words now. And the words that I have for you right this minute are, can you handle the truth? What is truth? Remember? Jesus asked that. What is truth? He was asked it by Pilate. And you know what he answered? He didn't. Because each one of us has to discern the truth. Right now, our country is in crisis. It is a literal crisis for our democracy. What I have to say tonight is not about this party or that party. It's about the consciousness of the collective of our country. A lot of us don't want to handle the truth. Probably people will ditch me out the minute I say that. But the truth is, we need change. And you cannot pray it away. You can pray and move your feet as you are guided in your prayers. But it is going to take the participation of everyone. And you know what? This is not just our country. This is actually going on worldwide. I'm going to break it down to the simplest terminology. And the first thing I want to tell you is, don't fear. I've read the end of the book, and I know that the end of the book comes out positive. But I know that it's up to each one of us to assure that the outcome will be positive. We each have to do our part. We are, I'm going to try to make sense of my notes that I scrawled down before I did this today. I want us to all get real. That requires an awakening. We have long intended the authorities, other people, George, let George do it. Well, I gotta tell you, you and I, our George, we're the people that are being called to save our democracy in our own country, and through our example, other countries will see what we've experienced. All right? Now, the battle that we're in is not a battle of bombs and weapons. Not at all. If you're going to hold that thought, that's your first mistake. Because whenever we want change, we have to look to the core. And the core is consciousness. And the crisis we're in is a crisis of ignorance versus enlightenment. Now, if you are enlightened, you'll probably want to stay right through with me and say, yeah, I know this. If you're still not awakened, you may be saying, I don't want to hear any of this. You know, Scott Peck said that the two greatest causes of sin, what we call error, mistakes, screw-ups, is laziness and narcissism. Narcissism is thinking of ourselves first, and laziness is a lack of acknowledgement and participation in the oneness that we all already are. This is a battle of knowing the truth. And as we know the truth will set us free. And only the truth will set us free. And right now, truth is being disparaged. It's being talked down about. It's being cut down as we are being fed a constant diet of deception. Now, see, if we let narcissism get in the way, we look for what will serve us best. If we let laziness get in the way, we will adapt that, let George do it thing, and we will not act. It's too late for that. It is time for each one of us to act. What does that mean? It means working on our own enlightenment. It means becoming informed and educated and engaging the wonderful gifts that Spirit gave us, which include critical thinking, the ability to find the truth. We are being undermined by a process called gaslighting. Now, many of you are probably not old enough to have ever seen the movie Gaslight, where a husband that would like to get rid of his wife, tries to convince his wife she's going crazy. And if you've been feeling lately like you're going crazy, guess what? You're being gaslighted. The people who are coming from the darkness, and this is a state of consciousness, ultimately we all will be enlightened. That's the only way through this. But right now, the energy, the consciousness of darkness, that's in lower consciousness. It's in feeling and thinking about me. What about me? What about my? This is what I want. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. Our country's the best. You know, higher consciousness understands it's about all of us. The only ultimate good is what's good for all. And we cannot sit back like a vegetable and wait for somebody else to make the changes. Don't worry, don't worry. You're not going to be forced to do anything you don't want to do. Spirit has given you the opportunity, the intelligence to know what is yours to do. Now, there's two words that I would like to talk about, and these are a part of the consciousness that wants to keep us in the dark. This is the ignorance that I'm going to use the term dark side, not as saying anyone is inherently evil. They just haven't been enlightened. They just don't see the light yet, okay? When you live in the dark, you're very self-centered, very reactive. Everything is about me or my or mine. Once we become enlightened, it's another whole story. It's about the good of the whole. In any event, we are being told lies about just about anything you can imagine: climate change, vaccine, the election, whatever. And that is gaslighting. And if you just take what you hear at value, no, you're making a mistake. You've got to engage your common sense and critical thinking. We are, you're going to hear some words, and these are the words I wanted to talk about tonight. We're probably going to visit this again and again over upcoming weeks and months. But what I really want to make clear tonight is one of them. You're going to hear those who are not yet awakened use the term cancel culture. Cancel culture. And what they are saying is that anything that we don't like, we cancel, we get rid of. But that's not what it's really about. Cancel culture is the ability to discern the truth and disempower the lies. When I was in ministerial school, in seminary, and I would have something troubling me, I had a beloved friend who would say to me, stop, cancel and erase, love, love, love. You know, the Bible tells us we can't serve two masters, right? We can't serve light and dark. We have to serve either light or dark. Light is enlightenment. It makes sense. See, that's it. You already know the truth. All you have to do is get it pulled out of you. And if you're going to fall for the darkness of the ignorance, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is dangerous, and it can be deadly. I know our friends and family members will spout off about some stuff that we feel crazy about. What are you talking about? We may even discern in our heart and soul they're wrong. But if we don't become illumined, become enlightened, become educated, we have to be, and you know the word educate, you know what that means? To draw out the knowledge that's already in there. Not like you got to learn a whole bunch of stuff. You already have it within you. When you hear someone weigh out what they say, and if what they're saying is not true, cancel and erase. Love, love, love. Don't fight about it. Excuse me, you don't have to fight about it. When I have people in my own family, I won't talk about it. I'm constantly being baited to get into the argument. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am grounded in my truth. I can prove it. But if people that are living in the illusion, I'm so sorry. People that are living in the illusion don't want to know. It doesn't matter what you tell them. And you can't convince them. What you do is you get grounded in your truth. And for all the stuff that's going around, cancel and erase. Love, love, love. You don't have to hate someone because they don't agree with you, but you surely don't have to buy the lie. Here's the truth. Biden won the last election. He won it fair and square. He won it with evidence. He won it with every kind of test and recount and reevaluation that could be done. The other folks did not want to accept that. They started with the stop the steal. Not because they were right, but because it's the way they wanted it. My friends, when you deceive yourself, you make the greatest deception. Because in the end, truth will always be true. And lies and deception will always be lies and deception. Now, for those of us who may choose to sit on the sidelines, not a good thing. If you sit on the sidelines and don't participate, you will get what you get. You know, it's like wearing a seatbelt in the car. A lot of people won't wear a seatbelt. They say, oh, I don't wear a seatbelt. You know, I could get killed. There have been people that gotten killed because they had their seatbelt on. I've been there. I got in an accident where my seatbelt was so crushed into the side of my car, I could not unhook it. By the grace of God, number one, my car didn't blow up. Number two, the driver of the other car came over, got in my car, and cut me loose with a knife he had. But more people are saved by wearing their seatbelts than not. You see what I'm saying? You have to find something that is common sense, that is based in reality, that is true. Okay? And you have to stand by that no matter what. Now, there's another word that the people that are not yet awakened like to throw at us with disdain. And that word is woke. Now, you gotta understand what it means. Every time they say woke, like it's bad, I go like, what is up with that? To be woke is to be awakened, to be knowing what the heck is going on. If you're still asleep, if you're gaslit, dying by the gas that's being sent out at you, you're not awake. When we are woke, when we have an awareness and an understanding of what is right and what is wrong, when we have the power and the ability to critical think, which everybody has, or to think critically, which everybody has, when we have that, we're woke. Woke is a good thing. The people who are still in the dark, the people that have not yet had the awakenings, that they're in ignorance, they're in gross ignorance, the powers that are running those people, that are controlling those people, which is a very ego-based thing, all about me, my, mine, they don't want anybody to be woke. So what do? They make woke a bad word. My friends, that is gaslighting. Woke is a good thing. Cancel culture is a good thing. Cancel culture means to be able to discern right from wrong, to acknowledge it. Why? Because we understand, and we understand the cause and the effect of being woke. the cause and the effect of being ignorant. What I want for each one of us is a good life that is grounded in truth, with the ability to think clearly and take right action. Did you know, before I shared with you today about woke and cancel culture? If you didn't, it's not hard to find the answers. But consider that a wake-up call. That when you hear something, weigh it. Pray about it. Research it. And you will find the answers. Someone once said that we're never too broke to pay attention. None of us are, but we must pay attention. I have loved ones who say, oh, I don't watch the news, it's too depressing. My friends, you need to watch the news. To be informed, you don't have to be immersed. Get enough that you need. Take it. Discern it. Weigh it. Use it. Learn to speak your truth with love. Learn to stand for what you believe. It doesn't require, the Bible said this is not about a battle of swords and knives. It's about powers and principalities. Who do you align with? Do you align with lower consciousness, the power of ego, the power of humans who actually want nothing more than to control us for their own ends? Or do you want to trust in a higher power? The Bible, it says, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Metaphysically, the Lord means law. It's a conscious awareness. Enlightenment, it's an awareness of light, of truth. I want to serve truth. I want to live truth. To live in ignorance is to be a puppet and a pawn. To live in truth is to be grounded, to have faith in a higher power, and to understand that you are an expression of that higher power, that you too can make a difference. I am calling you out tonight. I'm calling you to come forward, to stand tall, to be firm about who you are, where you want to go, how you want to serve all that is good. Think on these things. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye.